For that now, thousands of Kenyans have been displaced as the ongoing floods continue to devastate lives, property and infrastructure. And as Brenda Wanga now reports, the NCCK faults the county and national governments for failing to take proactive measures to avert the unfolding disaster, despite being forewarned by the meteorological department.
Perched atop rooftops, watching helplessly as the fury of nature reclaims its pathway. Residents of Graceland Park Estate in Athi River, Machakos County, joined the thousands of Kenyans from across the country dealing with the vagaries of the weather this long rain season. Residents of the affluent estate say they were caught unawares by the flash floods that struck deep in the night, running through the early morning.
Within a short period of time, like 20 minutes, maji ilikuwa ishaja kila mahali. So tukakuwa truck, huwezi toka, huwezi fanya anything, tukaenda kwa roof.
While I was at work, I just received a call from my wife and she said, I think there's a fence just aside our house that has been broken by the water, and the water was flowing in very high volumes towards the compound.
The flooding was a result of the heavy rains that fell Tuesday night, causing the Athi River to burst its banks and drain its waters into the estate. In the wake of the flooding, people, property and animals all bore the brunt of Mother Nature. It took the joint efforts of the Kenya Red Cross and the Machakos County government to rescue occupants of the over 60 houses and move them to safety. The county government blaming developers for this unfolding disaster in this part of the country.
And here we are not going to mince our words. We want to tell the developers, you know the law. You know how far you should be from the river.
The flood's impact was felt tens of kilometers from here. In Kiambu, Juja, residents had to save themselves from their flooded houses and business premises when the water levels rose to near dangerous levels. Transport on the usually busy Thika superhighway temporarily suspended as the government moved to clear the blocked roads of flood waters. Police calling for caution on the roads.
To caution the motorists which are using the highway, especially during this time of rainfall, to be a bit cautious with the way they use the roads, because sometimes they might be meeting across this flooding of the water, and it's my wish to inform them not to try to endanger the lives of passengers.
In Homa Bay, the ongoing rains and the resultant floods have left entire villages bereft of residents. Their homes have been ravaged by the floods, forcing the affected people to move to schools for shelter, food and protection. The same situation replicated in Dia, Kirinyaga County. An entire village has been left submerged, forcing its inhabitants to flee to higher and safer grounds. The unfolding floods disaster in the country has claimed over 40 lives since the onset of the long rains period in March. The meteorological department had warned that this rainy season, spanning from March to May, will be near to above average well before the onset of the season. Now the clergy under the NCCK umbrella are questioning why the county and the national governments did not take proactive measures to avert the disaster.
It is also very important, when a call has been made, they should be able to adhere to it. Concerning the unclogging of the, it's also the duty of the counties and those areas that are related to that.
The weatherman says the prevailing conditions will persist in the coming week and month of May. This month of April was the peak of the rainy season. So far, the Kenya Red Cross says 34 counties out of the 47 have been affected by the floods, with over 25,000 households also affected. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.